Good afternoon, all. Welcome to the online classroom of Human Resource Management and Development. So, in earlier class, we have studied the definition of human resource management, nature, and the scope of human resource management. So, today, in lecture second, we will discuss about objectives of HRM, difference between personal management and human resource management, then importance of HRM, then what is HRP, that is human resource planning, then what is the need of human resource planning, what is career planning, what is succession planning, what is job analysis, and what is the procedure of job analysis. So one by one we will discuss the topics. So first of all, the objectives of HRM. So the primary objective of HRM is to ensure the availability of the competent and willing workforce to an organization. कोणत्याही ऑर्गनायझेशनमध्ये ह्युमन रिसोर्स मॅनेजमेंटची जबाबदारी असतं की एक कार्यक्षम वर्कफोर्स आपल्या ऑर्गनायझेशनला मिळवून देणं. So if we consider the specific objectives of HRM, that is human resource management, then first of all we can say assisting the organization in obtaining the right number and types of employees to fulfill its strategic and operational goal. Every organization has its strategic as well as operational goals, and also every individual employee has its own personal goals. So to assist organization obtaining the right people, right person, or right employee for the right job at right time at right place is most important in human resource management. Then the second objective is developing organizational climate. So after recruiting the employee or the people in the organization, it is responsibility of human resource management to develop a organizational climate. If employees are competent and willing for work, or they are following organizational ethics strictly, then organizational climate will be healthy. So it is a duty of human resource management to maintain organizational climate. Then third one, to ensure that the organization become socially responsible. So each and every organization is connected to outside environment. So each and every employee as well as top level management also has to consider the society as a whole, because whatever production or whatever activity is going on in the organization is directly affect society. That's why to ensure the organization become socially responsible, so each and every organization must be socially responsible. Then the next objective is to recognize the role of human resource management in bringing about organizational effectiveness. So it is the duty of human resource management to bring an organizational effectiveness. And how organizational effectiveness will bring in any organization? So if the workforce is competent and they are following their ethics, then organizational effectiveness will increase. So it is also duty of human resource management. Then the next one is to maintain the department's contribution at level appropriate to the organization's need. म्हणजे ऑर्गनायझेशनची जी नीड असतं किंवा जे गोल्स असतात ते फुलफिल करण्यासाठी एक डिपार्टमेंट म्हणून जे कॉन्ट्रीब्युशन असतं हे ह्युमन रिसोर्स डिपार्टमेंटला सर्वोपरी काम करून आपली जबाबदारी पार पाडावी लागते. तर ह्युमन रिसोर्स मॅनेजमेंट ही एक डिपार्टमेंट असते की ज्यामुळे प्रत्येक डिपार्टमेंटमध्ये ज्या काही रिक्रुटमेंट होतात ते रिक्रुटमेंट व्यवस्थित झाल्या पाहिजे याची पूर्णपणे जबाबदारी ही ह्युमन रिसोर्स मॅनेजमेंटवर असते. सो दॅट्स वाय टू मेंटेन डिपार्टमेंट्स कॉन्ट्रीब्युशन ॲट लेवल ॲप्रोप्रिएट टू द ऑर्गनायझेशन्स नीड्स, इट मीन्स इट मस्ट फुलफिल द ऑर्गनायझेशन नीड्स. Then the last one is to assist employee in achieving their personal goals. The human resource management also help a personnel to fulfill his personal goals. Then the next point is difference between personnel management and human resource management. So I have given some basis for comparison, such as what is personnel management. So personnel management is the aspect of management that is concerned with the workforce and their relationship with the entity is known as personnel management. Whereas the human resource management is the branch of management that focuses on the most effective use of manpower of an entity to achieve organizational goal is known as human resource management. So next point is approach. The personnel management approach is traditional and human resource management approach is modern. It means that personnel management still following the traditional approach. In personnel management, if any employee has any complaint, so that employee will collectively bargaining his problem to their union leader, and that union leader will talk with top level management. So it is a traditional approach. And in human resource management, so employee can directly assist to the top level for their problems or any query. So then next one is types of function. So personnel management has routine function and human resource management has strategic functions. Then basis of pay. Personnel management gets payment on their job evaluation. Whatever job they are doing, so their job evaluation is done on the per day. The job evaluation is done per day, and on that basis they are getting their payment. Whereas human resource management getting their pay on the basis of their performance. Then the next one is management role. What is the management role of personnel management? So personnel management role is transactional. It means on the daily basis, each and every employee has given a particular task. So task by task they are performing their work and giving report to their manager on the daily basis. Whereas in human resource management, the managerial role is transformational. It means the human resource managers transform all the activities, all the strategic they are all the strategies they decided earlier with top level management, and they given to the operational level management. This all is discussed in human resource management. Then the next one is labor management. So what is labor management? In sorry, I will continue. So in personal management, the labor management is collective bargaining contract. As I said earlier, in personnel management, if employee has any problem, then he will discuss his problem with union leader, and then union leader with top level management. Whereas in human resource management, there is individual contact. It means each and every employee is in contact with his top level manager or some senior managers. So management actions. Which management actions taken by the personnel management? So personnel management take the action according to the procedures, uh, whereas human resource management takes action according to the business needs. So decision making is somewhat slower in the personnel management as compared to human resource management. So personnel management mainly focus on activities like employee hiring, remunerating, training, and harmony. Then human resource management focuses on treat manpower of the organization as valued asset to be valued, used, and preserved. So in human resource management, after recruitment, complete development of employee is done. So employee is considered as a valued asset for the organization. So each and every employee is valued as asset and it is preserved. So these are some of the basis of comparison in the personnel management and human resource management. Then the next topic is importance of human resource management. What is the importance of human resource management? So first of all, the first one is to increase the productivity and profit. So human resource management ensures right quality and quantity of personnel in the workplace. So it will ultimately increase the productivity as well as profit of the organization. Then the next one is to produce employees who are easily adaptable to the change. So human resource management perform various functions, among which training and development of employees is one of the vital ones. So to produce employees who are easily adaptable to change, so recruiting such people is done by human resource management. So training and development program keep employee updated with skills necessary to adjust with alteration of organization's environment, structure and technology. So to produce employee who are easily adaptable to change is responsibility of human resource management. So the next point is to match the demand and supply of human resource. So human resource management proves existing when human resource in certain interval of time to identify if the company has adequate number of workers or not. सांगायचं झालं म्हणजे एखादी ऑर्गनायझेशनमध्ये ह्युमन रिसोर्स किती अवेलेबल आहे आणि किती ह्युमन रिसोर्सची गरज आहे हे डिफाईन करणं हे ह्युमन रिसोर्स मॅनेजमेंटचं काम असतं. सो टू मॅनेज द डिमांड अँड सप्लाय ऑफ ह्युमन रिसोर्स म्हणजे किती डिमांड आहे ह्युमन रिसोर्सची आणि ह्युमन रिसोर्स मॅनेजमेंट किती रिक्रूट करत आहे हे बॅलन्स करण्याचं कामसुद्धा ह्युमन रिसोर्स डिपार्टमेंटचं असतं. टू रिटेन एम्प्लॉईज अँड मोटिवेट देम टू अकम्प्लिश कंपनीज गोल म्हणजे जे एम्प्लॉई कंपनीमध्ये असतात त्यांना रिटेन ठेवासाठी त्यांना ट्रेनिंग आणि डेव्हलपमेंट प्रोग्राम देऊन त्यांना कसं रिटेन करता येईल. इट मीन्स युटिलायझिंग द ह्युमन रिसोर्सेस टू देअर फुलेस्ट अँड मेंटेनिंग देम इन द कंपनी फॉर अ लॉंग टर्म is a major function of human resource department. Then the next point is to recognize merits and contribution of employee. So it is the responsibility of human resource management that human resource management must perform timely appraisal of employees performance in order to recognize excellent and poor workers. So human resource management must concentrate on excellent workers as well as poor workers also. Poor means in case of working. The excellent workers are then rewarded as the return for their contribution. Then the next point is to create a feeling of belongingness and team spirit in the employee. It means the human resource management must design a job on the basis of teamwork as teamwork demands contribution from every team member. Human resource management focuses on making each and every employee feel valued so that the employee contributes best from their side. So if human resource management is appraising that particular employee, then that employee will give its 100% in that particular job. Then the next one is to sustain business in the market. So human resource management makes sure that the company has the best employee because promising employees are capable of taking their company ahead in their races by delivering their excellent result. Because there are many employees who always do their job or give their 100% or give their excellence work to the organization. So this guarantees organization's success and stability in the future. To resolve conflicts, so this is also one of the important point of human resource management. In any company, either big or small, conflicts may arise between any parties or groups. So and these conflicts are inevitable. It means that so these conflicts are inevitable and this should not be ignored. So human resource management act as a consultant to sort out such conflicts. सो म्हणजे कोणत्याही ऑर्गनायझेशनमध्ये जर काही वादविवाद किंवा युनियन्सचे काही प्रॉब्लेम असणार किंवा वर्कर्सचे काही प्रॉब्लेम असणार तर त्या दोघांमध्ये किंवा दोन्ही पार्टीमध्ये एक कन्सल्टंट म्हणून काम करणं की हे सर्व कॉन्फ्लिक्ट्स दूर कसे होतील याचा एक तर दोन एम्प्लॉयमध्ये कन्सल्टंट म्हणजे एक दुवा म्हणून काम करणं गरजेचं असतं. तर ह्युमन रिसोर्स मॅनेजमेंटचा महत्त्वाचं काम असतं की कन्फ्लिक्ट्स दूर करणं. Then the last point is to develop corporate image. So this is the most important objective of objective means function of any human resource management. So every company should maintain good public image in order to sustain in a market. So if company want to exist for long time, then their corporate image must be good. So it is maintained by the human resource management. Then the next point is human resource planning. So what is human resource planning? So human resource planning is the process of determining and assuming that the organization will have an adequate number of qualified persons available at proper time performing the job which meet the needs of enterprise at which they provide satisfaction for individual involved. So what is human resource planning? Human resource planning is the process which will define, or it is assumed that organization will have adequate number of qualified personnel. So this entire planning is done by the human resource management. So what is the need of human resource planning in the organization? So first point is employment unemployment situation. So everyone know that in the corona pandemic there is unemployment level is much higher. So though in general the number of educated unemployment is on the rise, there is acute shortage for the variety of skills. आपण ऐकलं आहे नेहमीच की भारतामध्ये कोणतेही शिक्षण जरी घेतलं असणार तरी जे एक व्हेरायटी ऑफ स्किल्स असतं ती कमी नेहमीच राहिलेली आहे. एका लास्ट इयरच्या सर्वेनुसार इंजिनिअरिंगमध्ये झालेले जे छात्र आहेत 100%पैकी जवळपास 85% छात्रांना प्रॉपर इंजिनिअरिंग काय असतं हे माहीत नसतं, बट स्टील दे हॅव देअर डिग्री ऑफ इंजिनिअरिंग. तर एज्युकेटेड अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट ही जास्त आहे. सो दो in general there is a educated unemployment is more, the acute shortage of variety of skill is more. That's why human resource planning play important role. If there is proper human resource planning process, then a variety of skill person can be recruited in the organization. Then technological change. So the change in production technology, marketing method and management technique have been intensive and rapid. So their effect has been profound on the job content and job contents. So these changes have caused problems relating to redundancies, retentions, redeployment, and all these suggest the need to plan manpower needs intensively and systematically. And simply, if there are technological changes in any organization, so it required a human resource planning for adapting that particular technological change. So human resource planning is important. Then next point is demographic change. If there is some demographic changes such as age, literacy, sex, technical inputs and social background has implication on human resource planning process. If there are some demographic changes, then human resource planning is different. If so the demographic change, due to demographic changes, the need of HRP is needed. Then the next point is skill shortage. Unemployment does not mean that labor market is a buyer's market. So organization generally become more complex and require a wide range of specialist skills. So that are rare and scarce. That's why if there is skill shortage in the market, then human resource planning become more important for any organization for recruiting the people. Then the next one is governmental influences. So government control and changes different legislation with regard to affirmative action for disadvantages of group working conditions, hours of work, restriction on women and child employment, causal and contract labors. So these are different factors of government which influence the process of human resource planning. So that's why proper human resource planning is important. Then the next point is impact of pressure group. So impact of pressure group, we can simply say that The pressures groups such as unions, politicians, persons displaced from the land by location of giant enterprises have been raising contradictory pressure on the enterprise management, such as internal recruitment and promotions, preferences to employ children, displaced person, sons of soil, etc. Then the next point is system approach. The spread of system thinking and the advent of microcomputer and the part of ongoing revolution in information technology, which emphasizes planning and never ways of handling voluminous personal record. It means there is a system approach in any organization. They are using different systems, such as on the daily basis they are using transactional management system, that is TMS, or we can generally see as TPS, transactional processing system. Then there is KMS, that is knowledge management system. Then there is MIS, management information system. Different systems are working and day by day advancement in the system is there in the human resource management and in any organization. That's why human resource planning process is important. So this all about need of human resource management in the organization. Then the next topic is career planning. So what is career planning? It is the process by which one selects career goal and path to this goal. म्हणजे करिअर प्लॅनिंग म्हणजे एखादा एम्प्लॉई एखाद्या ऑर्गनायझेशनमध्ये रिक्रूट केल्यानंतर त्या पर्टिक्युलर एम्प्लॉईचे जे काही करिअर प्लॅनिंग असतात किंवा करिअर गोल्स असतात. सपोज एखादा एम्प्लॉई ऑपरेशनल लेवलमध्ये वर्क करत आहे, बट त्याचा गोल आहे की त्या कंपनीमध्ये आपण सेक्रेटरीपर्यंत जायचं. तर त्या पदासाठी आपल्याला कोणते कोणते वर्क करावं लागतील, म्हणजे ऑपरेशनल लेवलपासून प्रमोशन घेत तो टॉप लेवलमध्ये कसा पोहोचणार, याचं जे पूर्ण प्लॅनिंग असतं किंवा गोल्स त्याचे जे सेट केले असतात, याला मदत करणं हे ह्युमन रिसोर्स मॅनेजमेंटचं काम असतं. म्हणून करिअर प्लॅनिंग हे सुद्धा महत्त्वाचं आहे. सो इट इज अ प्रोसेस बाय विच वन सिलेक्ट्स करिअर गोल्स अँड द पाथ टू these goals. So the major focus of career planning is on assisting the employee in achieving a better match between personal goals and the opportunity that realistically available in the organization. म्हणजे त्या एम्प्लॉईला एखाद्या पर्टिक्युलर टास्कमध्ये जर इंटरेस्ट असणार आणि त्या टास्कमध्ये किंवा त्या जॉबमध्येच जर त्याला काम मिळालं, तेच जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन त्याला मिळालं, तर तो त्याचे स्वतःचे करिअर गोल्स फुलफिल करू शकणार. देन द नेक्स्ट इम्पॉर्टंट पॉईंट इज सक्सेशन प्लॅनिंग. So it is important process which involves identification of individuals or employees as the possible successors to the key or very senior positions in organization, which such positions become vacant. So thus in short, succession focuses on the identification of vacancies and locating the probable successor. It means कोणत्याही ऑर्गनायझेशनमध्ये जेव्हा जेव्हा व्हॅकन्सी राहतात किंवा व्हॅकन्सी होतात, तेव्हा त्या जागेवर व्यवस्थित आणि त्या जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शनसाठी सुटेबल पर्सन डिप्लॉय करणं हे काम प्रत्येक ह्युमन रिसोर्स मॅनेजरचं असतं. सो व्हॅकन्सी कशा होऊ शकतात और व्हॅकन्सी कशा क्रिएट होतात हे आपण आता खाली पाहूया. सो फर्स्ट वन इज सुपरॲनेशन. सुपरॲनेशन म्हणजे रिटायरमेंट. एम्प्लॉईज रिटायरिंग बिकॉज दे रीच a certain age. After the age of 60, generally the employee retires. So after retiring, the employee its position is taken by the another person. Then the next one is resignation. Employee leaving the current job to joining the new job. Then the promotion. Employee moving upward in the hierarchy of the organization. Then diversification. So employee being redeployed to new activities. Then creation of new position, employees getting placed in the new position at the same level. So these are different terminologies by which the vacancies are filled by the human resource management. Then the next point is job analysis. So before going to job analysis, we will discuss what is job. What is job? So simply a collection or aggregation of tasks, duties and responsibility which as a whole regarded as regular assignment to individual employee and which is different from other assignment. So it is simply the collection of duties and responsibilities is called as job. So what is job analysis? So job analysis in human resource management refers to the process of identifying and determining the duties, responsibility and specifications of given job. So it encompasses the collection of data required to put together a job description that will attract a right person to fill the role. So there should be a proper process of human resource planning. If the human resource manager given the job description more specifically in the advertisement, then that particular employee or that particular person who is going to apply for that post, then that proper person will attract, or the right person will fill that role. Then the next one is job analysis process. So job analysis process is also one of the most important. So how the job analysis is done? So first is defining objective. So the first and foremost step in the process of job analysis is defining the objective of the job analysis. The objective could be either redesigning the job description, or the revising of the compensation program, or the changes in the organizational structure, or the redesigning in the job. So generally defining objective is must and one of the important step in job analysis. Then the next one is preparing job analysis. So after setting an objective, the kind of job that are to be analyzed are selected, and whether the clerical jobs, managerial jobs, division specific job, etc., or also the members who are included in the analysis and the methods to be used are identified. So at this stage, the complete review of the existing job description is done, and to have the fair insight of the duties, responsibility as organization chart, working condition, hazards, etc., that exist in the particular set of job. So it is done in the preparing of job analysis. Then the next step is performing the job analysis. So in this stage, the process of job analysis is to be performed or begin with the job analysis. Here the sufficient time should be allotted for collecting the job detail from the employees. The information from the employees can be collected through questionnaire, interviews, or through an observation method. So once the information get collected, it needed to be sorted on the basis of its nature, division and department. So this is third and important stage of performing the job analysis. Then the designing job description and a job specification. So in this stage, the job analysis prepare a draft of job description and the specifications. After sorting the information, the changes that needed to be made in the job is identified and written on the paper. So once the draft is get prepared, it is circulated to the managers, supervisors and employees. So in this stage, designing of job description is done and the job specification is done. So the last stage in the process of job analysis is controlling the job description and job specification. So this is the last step in this process, job analysis, wherein the job description and the specification are timely checked and modified according to the changing needs of organization. तर ही जी प्रोसेस आहे ज्यामध्ये जॉब ॲनालिसिस केला जातं की कोणत्या पोस्टसाठी कोणत्या व्यक्तीची गरज आहे. इट मीन्स द राईट पर्सन ॲट द राईट प्लेस ॲट राईट टाईम in the right department is important. That's why the process of job analysis is done. So defining objective, preparing job analysis, performing job analysis, actual performing of job analysis, then designing the job description means त्या ऑर्गनायझेशनमध्ये जे एम्प्लॉईची गरज आहे त्या एम्प्लॉईला कोणते कोणते काम आहेत त्याचं जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन आणि जॉब स्पेसिफिकेशन, पर्टिक्युलरली त्याला कोणते कोणते टास्क करावं लागतील. त्यानंतर कंट्रोलिंग जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन आणि जॉब स्पेसिफिकेशन म्हणजे डे बाय डे टेक्नॉलॉजिकल चेंजेस होतात, त्यामुळे वेगवेगळे जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शनमध्ये कशी वाढ होणार किंवा कमी होणार हे सुद्धा लक्ष दिलं जातं. तर या प्रोसेसमध्ये आपण पाहिलं की डिफायनिंग ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह, सर्वप्रथम ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह डिफाईन केले जातात. ऑब्जेक्टिव्ह डिफाईन केल्यानंतर त्या जॉब ॲनालिसिस प्रिपेअर केलं जातं आणि ते जॉब ॲनालिसिस प्रिपेअर केल्याच्यानंतर ॲक्च्युअल परफॉर्मिंग ऑफ जॉब ॲनालिसिस होतं आणि त्यानंतर डिझायनिंग जॉब डिस्क्रिप्शन, then controlling job description and job specification. So today we completed the points such as objectives, difference between personnel management and human resource management, importance of human resource management, what is HRP, need of HRP, what is career planning, succession planning, job analysis and the process of job analysis. So in the next lecture we will see the human resource acquisitions. Thank you, and thank you for watching video. Thank you. Stay home, stay safe.